as the chair for this particular meeting. First off, if we would have a pledge of allegiance and a moment of silence. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We'll do the roll call first to get the members here. There's not I think there's only applicants here, but anyways, if you do the roll call first, Susan.
Ms. Austin?
Present.
Mr. Castagnoli?
Here.
Mr. Cater?
Present.
Mr. Collegian?
Present.
Mr. Moore? Mr. Mortimer?
Present.
Mr. Zaharides?
Present.
Vice Chair Sadi?
Present. So we get the roll call. We have no new business, and we have 3 items that were on the agenda for public hearing. Items number 1, 615 Plains Road, and item number 2, a proposed regulation change by Attorney Kersaden, are off into the August 2nd meeting. That brings us up to item number 3, which is 1553 Boston Post Road. It's a zone CDD 5, a petition by Jay Frank, Splash Car Wash, Inc. for a special permit with coastal area site plan review and lot consolidation for a car wash on map 100, block 805, parcel 14A, of which MWC Associates LLC is the owner. The applicant is at the podium. Indicate your name and address, business if it's appropriate, and you may start off. Thank you.
Thank you. Is this sound okay? My name is Jason Frank. I'm with Splash Car Wash. Our corporate office is located here in Milford at 472 Whalers Farms Road, Suite 304. I also reside at 26 Grassland Road here in Milford. So we're here tonight to present to you a car wash that we'd like to build in town. I've been a lifelong Milford resident and been an employee with Splash for about 20 years now, and it's kind of always been a passion for me to want to bring one of our locations to my hometown. So it's a little special to me. But what you'll see is a proposal for a site that we purchased on the Boston Post Road at 1553 Boston Post Road to build a express car wash. So it's a pretty simple concept where we will have automated pay stations that would allow customers to just pull up to like an ATM machine style setup. There'll be an attendant available if somebody has problems with that. We have monthly membership passes where we can recognize a license plate of a vehicle and someone can just sign up and they come in and become a member and it recognizes their car and opens the gate and lets them go. Free vacuums on the exterior for anyone who would like to stop and vacuum their car. We don't leave those open to the general public, it's just for customers. So we set the property up in a way where the flow of the traffic won't allow for people to just come in and create backups or traffic problems. So I have Darren Overton here from SLR. They're our engineers. He's available for any questions you'd have of him or as me as well. Yeah, sure. Yep. So I have a rendering here of what we're proposing for the building to look like. This is like a new corporate model that we're trying to follow. We're building one in East Haven right now that'll be open in probably the next 3 weeks. We just got one approved in Derby with the same type of look on it as well. So we're hoping to follow that theme and make this our new look of our stores. We've got probably around 20 or 25 locations throughout Connecticut. But this will be what we'd like to build going forward. So I have some different views of that, but you can see the vacuum stations I was talking about that would be in front of the building where customers could circulate through. If they so choose, they could stop and vacuum their car, but they don't have to. We're not going to offer any kind of full service car washing or or towel drying or washing windows. It's just an express car wash model. So we have ample stacking. We typically like to see at least 12 or 13 queuing spaces. I think we have well over 35, so plenty of space for cars to queue up in line. We have a 130-foot car wash tunnel proposed, or I'm sorry, 150-foot car wash tunnel proposed that we'd be able to, the equipment package that we're putting in these nowadays are able to wash a lot of cars, so throughput won't be a problem. We don't foresee any traffic or backup issues. So cars would enter on this side of the property. The queuing would be behind the building. We would have those 3 automated pay stations here. The customer would travel around and in through the car wash, and when they exit, they'll circulate through the vacuum area and then leave. We've kept an emergency lane across the back also for deliveries, and they can circulate out and around the side of the building and exit without having to flow through, or if somebody got in line and changed their mind, they'd have a way out. We've met with the town engineer. We've been through wetlands. I think we've satisfied the engineer and the wetlands. I think we just have to post a bond for them. And that's really all of it. We have 5 or 6 employee parking spaces in the back, or maybe 7. It's probably a 3 to 4 employee operation. We'd be open every day, typically not before 7 a.m. or past 8 or 9 p.m. The tower here is not really anything that we put offices or anything upstairs. It's just we'll have some equipment in there. We've got a mat washing room for people who are vacuuming their car built into one of the rooms on the front of the building on either end, so they could go in and wash their rubber or carpet mats. And that's really all of it.
Thank you. Do any members of the board have any questions?
Hey, Bob, can I just say something? Just for the record, just wanted to be known that my son-in-law works for the organization. Just being out front there, I don't think it's an issue at all. I don't see why it was going to sway me one way or the other, but I just want you to be aware of it. All right?
Thank you very much. Any questions on the left, Carl? Brian or Nancy, okay? I do have a couple questions. Okay. I really like the approach. The one concern that I have is your exit.
Okay.
So you're right across from Kew Gardens is where your property is going to be, correct?
I think it falls between Kew Gardens and the...
Yeah, exactly. But the point is that a left exit coming onto the post road at 2 in the morning is about the only way that vehicle is going to go left. Mm-hmm. And have you considered finding some way, unfortunately it means that your customers might have to go a little bit farther up before they could turn around, but I'm just concerned about that left turn, the way your exit is, both right and left turn.
Yeah. You know, I think with the brakes and the traffic lights, that they would have time to wait to turn left, and I think there's enough room for people, and maybe Darren can answer that better for me if he knows. I know we widened the widths of the driveways for the fire marshal, so we do have a full left turn lane and a full right turn lane. You know, I wouldn't be opposed, I guess, to...
Well, just something to
Yeah,
consider.
yeah.
It's not something we have to do as far as our voting, but just...
I know we
noticed that-
considered it, and I know they had in-house traffic engineers look at it, and they felt comfortable with it, but I can let Darren speak on that. Before I turn the microphone over to him, though, there was one thing I noticed on the agenda tonight that I did want to bring up. When we originally filed the application, MWC Associates was the property owner, but we've since closed on the property in the last 3 weeks, so I don't know if that matters for... I just wanted to put it out there, so...
Okay.
Here's Darren.
If the next speaker could just identify himself for the record, please.
Hello, Mr. Chairman, members of the Commission. Darren Overton from SLR Consulting. I'm a licensed professional engineer in the state of Connecticut. I've been the primary design engineer. I've worked with Jay on a number of these different applications for car washes throughout the state. So we did look at this with our traffic engineers. Under existing conditions, the prior use had 3 curb cuts. We're consolidating into 2. and we did the one-way circulation to simplify circulation through the property. Because this is the Post Road Route 1, we do have to go and get an encroachment permit from DOT. So we have submitted the plans to DOT for review. Trust me, they will look very carefully at all the turning movements. Like Jay said, we do expect there's going to be times during operation when Post Road is busy. There'll be opportunities to make left turns when there's breaks because of the signals on either side. There might be situations where somebody might sit there for a while and decide, you know, there's too much traffic, and they might turn and go right. But we are consolidating the curb cuts, which is going to be a benefit, which we think DOT will like, and their traffic engineers will scrutinize this and make sure that we have the safest configuration for the entrance and exit lanes. We do understand your concern.
Thank you very much. This is a public hearing, but David, do you have an administrative summary you could enlighten us with, please? Either by posting it up on the board and summarizing it, please. If you guys would just put the mic back there, thank you.
The applicant proposes merging two existing lots to create a single 110,380 square foot lot for a car wash, which is allowed by special permit. A camera view is also required. The car wash consists of a 6,250 square foot building of 32 feet in height. There appears to be no adverse impact to coastal resources, and the project is substantially zoning compliant.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions for Mr. Sulkus after hearing his administrative summary? Seeing none, this is a public hearing. If there's anybody in the public that wishes to speak in relation to this application, you may do so at this point. I see in addition to the applicants, there appear to be two additional people, and I saw Joe Griffith at one point. It might be hidden behind the, if he's not back there, that's fine. Does anybody wish to speak at this particular public hearing? I see none. Is there any reason by members of the board we should not close the hearing and take a vote tonight? It appears we're all in agreement on that, so I'm going to close the public hearing. Is there any further discussion or questions prior to a motion? Nothing. I will take a motion at this point from any board member. Mr. Mortimer, I'll recognize you. Thank you.
You're welcome. I move to approve as presented the petition of J. Frank Splash Car Wash Incorporated for a special permit with coastal area site plan review and lot consolidation for a car wash on map 100, block 805, parcel 14A, of which MWC Associates LLC is the owner.
Second.
Can I recognize Ms. Austin? I looked that way first, Joe, sorry. Second by Ms. Austin. Any further discussion on the motion and the second? Hearing none. Susan, would you take the roll call, please?
Ms. Austin?
With the motion.
Mr. Castagnoli?
Yes.
Mr. Cater?
With the motion?
Mr. Collegian?
With the motion.
Mr. Moore?
With the motion.
Mr. Mortimer?
With the motion.
Mr. Zaharides?
With the motion.
Vice Chair Sadi?
With the motion, it passes. Good luck to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Dave, we don't need an effective date for this, correct? Thank you. Okay. We have no old business. Liaison reports. I can report that we did not have a meeting because we didn't have a quorum on the Southeastern Council of Regional Governments. Subcommittee reports. I don't think there are any reports to report about. We're now at minutes. Anybody have a motion regarding the minutes?
Make a motion to approve.
Ms. Austin, second by Mr. Castagnoli. Any further discussion on the minutes? I don't see any changes. Can be voted by approval? Approved by everybody? We agree? Okay. So I know everybody's head is nodding. We have approval of the minutes. Chair's report. I'm going to ask that we go out of order. Mr. Sulkus, do you have a staff report?
Not this evening.
Okay, chair's report. As the acting chair, the only discussion we have is whether we go, we stay in City Hall or we go back to hybrid. So I'll open up the floor to anybody that wishes to speak on the issue or make a motion.
I'll make a motion, unless somebody
Go
wants
ahead.
to discuss. I make a motion to maintain in-person meetings.
Now we're a month out?
Effective, probably what, the second meeting in August, or where are we at?
Okay, Second meeting in August.
For the second meeting in August.
Do we have a second on that motion?
Second.
Mr. Collegian, is there any discussion on the motion? Okay, I just want to make sure, I don't see anybody raising their hand to speak. Then we'll just take a vote. Susan, if you'd go, please.
Ms. Austin,
With the motion.
Mr. Castagnoli,
Yes.
Mr. Cater,
With the motion,
Mr. Collegian,
With the motion.
Mr. Moore,
With the motion.
Mr. Mortimer,
I'm against the motion.
Mr. Zaharides,
With the motion.
Vice Chair Sadi,
I'm with the motion. So I see the motion passes 6-1.
7.
Should be more than that. 7-1.
7-1.
7-1. That's what happens when you're given a high position, you can't count as well. So we will see everybody in 2 weeks here. We will then schedule the meeting for August, I think it's going to be the 16th date. August 2nd is the next meeting.
So, Mr. Chairman, the first meeting in August is here.
That's accurate. We voted that in already, and now we're at the second meeting in August, is back here. Is there anything that we need to talk about at this point? I'm sorry that some of you may have to explain to your significant others why you're not out and about until 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, but I try to run an efficient meeting, and I thank those members that were going to assist me if we went with the other two matters to help out. So do I have a motion to adjourn? And it cannot be Castagnoli nor
So
Austin.
moved.
Is that Mr. Moore? Did you move to adjourn? Thank you. No, Mr. Moore moved to adjourn. Thank you very much. See you guys and ladies in 2 weeks.